Mute. Got to get rid of the mute. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the program. Middays, Midlife in the Midwest. Brought to you by Living Life in Style. That's my travel company. Why am I not hearing? Oh, I bet that's why. Hold on. Wrong. Let's try this one. There we go. Got to make sure I got all the buttons pushed and the knobs turned and everything else so I can know what the hell I'm doing and make sure everything's working properly. So it's Wednesday. It is a brutal ice box here in Kansas, in the Kansas City area, in the Midwest. Brutal, definitely brutal. But hey, whatever. We will get through it. I think all of the precipitation has passed, so it's just going to be icy cold through the weekend and start to warm up early next week. Cannot wait. It will be nice, especially with baseball season getting started. I need a little bit of spring weather to make it, make it more palatable. Okay, so big news today. It came out late yesterday afternoon, but all the same, big news today. Royal Caribbean has announced its next huge, and I do mean huge, its next ship that they're adding to the fleet. It is the third of their Icon class, and they announced the name of it. It will be coming out in the summer of 2026. And apparently they did something they had never done before, which is reuse an old name. Reuse a retired name from a retired ship, and they're bringing it back. So, well, I tell you what, let me just show you the highlights. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oops. Hey, what do you know? Bossa Nova. Isn't that nice? Anyway. So, yeah. That is their new ship. The Icon. Well, the next Icon class ship, which is the Legend of the Seas. And the article here from the Insider Travel Report. Let me share this screen with you real quick here. There you go. From the Inside Travel Report, Royal Caribbean International has set the stage for the launch of its third Icon class ship by naming it Legend of the Seas. The ship will make its Caribbean debut in November 2026. I thought it said summer. It said summer on their little on their little video, said summer 2026, but it's going to make the debut in November 2026 on cruises to the 6-night Western Caribbean and 8-night Southern Caribbean year-round from Fort Lauderdale after summer 2026. It's starting in summer 2026. I bet it's in like Europe to start, and then it will come to America in the fall. Stopping at Royal Caribbean's Perfect Day at Coco Cay in the Bahamas. Prior to her Caribbean debut, the legend will offer summer cruises in Europe with 7-night Western Mediterranean vacations from Barcelona beginning July 2026. See, I knew it said summer 2026. Legend's debut lineup will soon open on Royal Caribbean's website, and Crown and Anchor Society loyalty members will have special access to book ahead of the official opening, which is tomorrow. You can start booking Legend of the Seas starting tomorrow, Thursday, February 20th. Quote, on the heels of celebrating one year of the record-breaking Icon class and the memories made by vacationers of all ages on Icon, we are thrilled to announce the name of Royal Caribbean's third Icon class vacation, said Michael Bailey, president and CEO of Royal Caribbean. Legend of the Seas is the next bold step in this exciting era of vacations and the continuation of the Icon class legacy. We look forward to bringing the revolutionary lineup of experiences to more families and adventurers across Europe, the Caribbean, and beyond. In the summer, vacationers on Legend can Euro hop to bucket list destinations like France, Italy, and Spain, filled with historic sites and stunning landscapes and sun-soaked beaches. Legend's Grand Caribbean debut in the winter will take vacationers to the region's top destinations in the Western and Southern Caribbean, including visits to the vacation brand's one-of-a-kind private destination, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. It still tops on my list for Royal Caribbean destinations. We did a Royal Caribbean sailing this summers. People who've listened know. And it was a Mexican, a Mayan Riviera cruise, so we did not get to go to Perfect Day at Coco Cay. This is a situation that will need to be rectified at some point in time. More adventures are in store across picture-perfect spots and next-level activities to match the views from snorkeling in Oranjestad, Aruba. I'm awful with the names, people. Just you're going to have to understand that. And I'm always willing to listen to how to say it better. If you want to put it in the comments, by all means, make fun of me. And then, but at least put a helpful comment in the comments at the end. All right. So from snorkeling in Oranjestad to lounging on the beaches of Falmouth, Jamaica, and exploring the cultural Willemstad, Curacao. Currently under construction in Turku, Finland, Legend is set to be the third ship in a series begun by Icon of the Seas, doubled by Star of the Seas. Legend debut in Port Canaveral, Florida, in August of 2025. There's something for every type of family and vacationer across 8 neighborhoods with more than 40 ways to dine and drink, adrenaline pumping thrills, new ways to chill, and plenty of ways for vacationers to make memories together and on their own. Cruisers will have lineup of Icon class. That makes no sense. I think somebody needed to proofread this. Cruisers will have a lineup of Icon class highlights on Legend, from thrills like Crown's Edge, part Skywalk, part ropes course, and part thrill ride. Yeah, I'm never getting on that. I don't know if you've seen it, but basically they have this Skywalk and ropes course that actually extends out off of the edge of the ship, and it's up on like the 15th or 16th deck, right? So it's like way up there. Like you're on like a 16, 17 story high rise where this thing is, and you walk out across it, and you have little platforms to stand on, and you've got a harness, and you're anchored into this little ropes rail thing. And then as you're walking across, like finally, like the last step falls out from underneath you, and you zip around like a zip line back to the beginning, back on the boat. And no, it's just a no for me. But it looks cool for those who really like the adventure seeking stuff, right? The largest water park at sea, Category 6, Sunseekers is also on board the Icon class, the Category 6 water park. Very cool. Kids will love it. It's huge. Makes you wonder how it's like how do they get all of this on one boat? But you wouldn't believe the size of this ship when you see it. Sunseekers can kick back and choose from 7 pools for every vibe and mood, including the largest pool at sea, Royal Bay, with a swim up bar, swim and tonic, and the adults only hideaway, featuring one of a kind infinity pool suspended above the ocean. They're really big about this suspending stuff above the ocean on this boat. Plus, families of all ages can spend time together or chart their own adventures at Surfside, the neighborhood designed for young families, with a lineup of activities and ways to stay, including the 3-story ultimate family townhouse with reimagined spaces for the whole family. Okay, the ultimate family townhouse suite on these Icon class ships, what does it say? There's 3 stories. Yeah, 3 stories. And they have like a slide inside the suite that goes from the 3rd story I think it's the 3rd story all the way down to the 1st floor. There's a gaming room inside the suite that like has like a big screen television and I don't know if it's a PlayStation or an Xbox, but some form of some form of video game console in there for you to play. The place is just huge. It's got like 3 bedrooms in it. It's immense. It's also not cheap, but it's freaking amazing. And if you have a family, it would be oh yeah. And it's also on the very back of the boat, right? So on the back of the Icon class ships, they have like this giant water theater. They also have it on the Oasis class ships, but they have this giant water theater where they do all of these special, stunt shows and diving shows and high wire acts and all kinds of stuff like this. And your balcony on that family on that ultimate family townhouse, your balcony looks right out over that aqua theater, so you can go see the shows anytime you want. Don't even have to go down to the theater. You can just pop out on your balcony and bang, right there. It's really cool. It's a really cool setup. Legend also will be the cruise line's 4th ship powered by liquefied natural gas. Look at that. That's good. Liquefied natural gas burns clean and features a proven lineup of industry-leading environmental programs with applications ranging from waste heat recovery systems to shore power connection. Legend will advance Royal Caribbean Group's journey toward introducing a net zero cruise ship by 2035. You can get all of your details at royalcaribbean.com. Let's just see. I got a short little clip here. We'll share that with you real quick.
When you make the statement, the ultimate family vacation, you've really got to make sure you tick every single box.
The Icon class was absolutely revolutionary.
Our vision has been clear from day one. Great entertainment, something for everyone.
Convenience, variety.
The best vacation experience in the world.
Icon has been the most successful new ship we've ever launched in the history of our business.
We really delivered on the ability for guests to feel connected with water. We revolutionized the open decks, the hideaway that's for our adults, Thrill Island, the first water park at sea, Chill Island with so many different pools, Aquadome with revolutionary entertainment. How do we take a platform that we know and love and keep translating it over time?
The 3rd ship in the Icon series is Legend of the Seas, and will start her season in Europe, in the Mediterranean, sailing out of Barcelona.
We're never going to stop dreaming of tradition, evolution, and revolution, and you'll see us take that evolution a step further across Legend of the Seas.
We are delighted with the success of the class and the ship, so we see many Icon coming in the future.
Look, man, I'm telling you, that thing is cool. It is so cool. I really, really want to. I got to get on one of those Icon class ships. I got to be honest. I did the Oasis class this past summer, and but they're in such high demand. The Icon class ships, they sell out so fast. And when ships sell out that fast, the prices get really high really quick. So look, this one starts sailing in 2026. You can start booking and reserving your seats tomorrow if you want to get on one of these boats. Now, the good news is each time they bring out one of these newer boats, and you got a brand new ship, you got this new Legend of the Seas coming out, everybody's going to want to hop on that Legend of the Seas, right? And it is going to sell out. The end of 2026 in the Caribbean will probably be sold out before February of 2026. But the good news is every time they come out with one of these new ships, one of the ships they just introduced last year or the year before, which would be Star of the Seas and Icon of the Seas, well, they're going to be in less demand. And when they're in less demand, that means their prices are going to be more affordable for you to experience what is quite honestly the apex of family cruise ships. It's absolutely the pinnacle. It's the best one as far as the actual ship. I mean, that doesn't mean there aren't other cruise lines that you might enjoy more, might be a better fit for you or whatever. But just speaking from a pure technological achievement standpoint, the Icon class of ships are, in a league of their own, without a doubt. They're the largest cruise ships ever made. They might be the largest cruise ships that can ever be made. I have read some reports that say that they can't make them any bigger because they wouldn't be able to get insurance for them. So that's an interesting concept. But yeah, so, if you can't hop on Legend of the Seas, with Legend of the Seas coming out, the tickets for Icon of the Seas are going to be much more affordable. So something to look for. All right, we had one more thing to talk about today. Well, actually, a couple things. It's kind of the same thing, but it's kind of a couple things. Talking about airline hacks, right? Like, what kind of hacks will you find, to make travel more affordable, more comfortable, less tedious, the day leaving for vacation and the day coming home, they're just travel days, right? You don't get anything else accomplished by the time you've gotten to your destination, whether it's to your destination for your trip or home from your trip. Once you get home from your traveling on travel day, you're beat. You don't really have a lot of, energy or desire to do a whole lot else. It's like, man, I just want to sit down. I want to relax. I want to stretch out and just enjoy the fact that I'm not on a plane. Well, there are ways to make your travel day a little better, right? First, we're going to talk about the concept of premium economy. Once again, I'm visiting one of my quickly becoming one of my favorite sites for travel news, travel advice, travel inspiration is islands.com. I've been reading articles off of there here the last few days. It's been really good. So I saw this one and I was like, this is interesting because, actually I'm going to be looking at airline tickets here over the next couple weeks with our Signature One trip. Signature. Living Life in Style Signature One group trip, which is a cruise. It's a cruise from Los Angeles to Los Angeles with stops in Cabo San Lucas, Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, and then Puerto Vallarta. It's on Navigator of the Seas, which is also a Royal Caribbean ship. It is not one of the Oasis or Icon class ships, unfortunately, but it is a nice ship that has recently been dry docked and refurbished. So we're excited about that trip. If anybody would like to join us, you can certainly reach out to me and I can get you all the details. You can call me at 816-744-1405 You can also find it on the interwebs, the internet, at www.livinlifeandstyle.com. That's livinlifenstyle.com. You can also email me at eric@livinlifeandstyle.com. Happy to answer any questions you might have about that fantastic cruise down the Mexican Riviera. So, on to airline tickets. Be careful flying premium economy when business class can actually be more affordable. This travel guide article on islands.com, written by Jenna Kelly, came out on the 18th, which I guess was yesterday evening. The tone of your vacation begins when you start planning, and booking your flight is at the top of the list. Yes, I hate booking flights. Leveling up from coach to premium economy or business class starts your paradise getaway in style. But which do you choose? For the budget-friendly traveler, your eyes might dart to premium economy. However, the more luxurious business class could actually be cheaper, kind of like when you book an open jaw flight instead of a round trip. In 2024, one Redditor found that when booking a flight from England to Japan for the following year, business class was around $450 cheaper than premium economy. And this isn't the first instance that's happened. It isn't a coincidence, but rather a common and lucky occurrence. You'll find the more exclusive class at its most affordable state based on your itinerary and the airline's supply and demand for that flight. When and how to find these cheap business class prices? Finding business class at a cheaper rate than premium economy is never guaranteed. It depends widely on consumer spending behaviors and the size of the airplane. Another important piece of the puzzle is seat availability. For example, if too many people are buying the premium economy seats, but not so many are purchasing business class, the airline might adjust the latter's price to a lower rate to be more enticing for the customer. Thus, more people will purchase a higher price seat rather than just securing coach. If you aren't lucky enough to find this deal, there are ways to secure a business class seat for less money than advertised. After buying a normal coach ticket, you can often upgrade your seat to business class for cheaper than the original price when checking in for your flight. While this method doesn't always work, and you may not always be able to secure an upgrade, you can easily save hundreds of dollars on a business class ticket. The biggest differences between the upgraded sections. It is important to understand what you're getting out of each section. After all, flight attendants might not let you change seats even if the plane is almost empty. The biggest difference between both classes are the rows and attention to detail. It varies per airline, but there are many commonalities, like how business class can get you access to luxurious airport lounges. Premium economy is also known to have more blah, 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 blah. Premium economy is also known to have way more leg room. That's what I was missing. I was like more. It's just way more leg room than coach, upgraded food, and other amenities like blankets and pillows. Some airlines have made business class a more private experience. For example, your seat might have a divider to close the space from other guests, especially on international flights. These customers may also get a curated food menu and other perks like toiletry kits and quality headphones. While both sections are equally great, it's a no-brainer to go with business class if you want the extra benefits. When you can find a business class ticket for less than premium economy, you won't even need to think twice about hitting the purchase button. So there you go. So a little insight that it's really interesting because sometimes you'll find that on cruises as well. Like you might find, I've seen it many times when you're going out and looking at pricing, you'll find that like an outside cabin that only has a window, and you'll find those are more expensive than like a guaranteed balcony where, it might be a partial view, but you've got a balcony and it's less expensive than the actual ocean view that doesn't have a balcony. It happens. It really does. And it wouldn't surprise me that it happens in airlines. I mean, obviously, Jenna has found that to be true. So, interesting. Something to keep an eye out for when you're booking your airline tickets. Now, this is going to be helpful to me because usually when I fly, because I've never flown international. Well, I've flown to Mexico, but I've never flown like across the pond, like a big long across the ocean air flight. Right? I've never done that before. And when I do, because I intend to, I've got to go see Rome at some point in time. It's it is the destination that the number one destination, number one on my bucket list that I must see is Rome. And so at some point in time, I'm going to have to make that flight across the Atlantic. And when I do, I'm not going to fly economy, right? I'm just not. I'm going to fly probably business class and I'm going to go look for one of those deals on one of those business class, tickets when the time comes. But when I'm just doing a short little flight, if I'm not going to be in the air for more than 3 hours, even if it is more than 3 hours, if I'm not going to be in the air for a protracted part of time, I'm probably just going to fly economy because I'm very much about just getting the most affordable transportation to my destination as possible. So, flights to, from Kansas City to Puerto Vallarta and Cancun, I'm flying economy. Don't care. If I'm going to Vegas, I'm going to Denver, I'm going to New Orleans or Miami, any of those places that I'm flying to here domestically, I'm flying economy. So it seemed to be a good idea to talk about some genius hacks that make flying economy a lot more comfortable. This is by Sky Ariella. And she posted this last September. I guess I shouldn't assume Sky is a lady. Could be a dude. Don't know. We have a Chiefs wide receiver. His name's Sky. So whatever. Sky wrote it though. So everyone dreams about indulging themselves with first-class seats on a plane. But the reality is that flying economy will always be the cheapest way to get from point A to point B, according to USA Today. That's why it's called economy. According to USA Today, the price of a business class plane ticket is between 2 and 10 times more expensive than settling for an economy seat. For the vast majority of travelers, economy is the only way to go, but it has a nasty reputation for being painfully uncomfortable. It can be. It's not always that bad, but it can be painfully uncomfortable. Between the limited legroom, stiff seats, and hundreds of nearby passengers making sounds, spending hours in an economy cabin can drive anyone to the edge of craziness. Thankfully, there are a few simple, brilliant hacks you may have never considered before that can ensure that you have the most comfortable economy flight ever. Stay tuned to learn more about how you can make your next economy flight feel just a little more luxurious. So, first, research your airline's economy offerings before booking. A comfortable economy flight starts with doing research before you even book the trip. The reality is that not all airlines are created equal. They all provide varying amenities and levels of comfort. Your economy experience on Spirit Airlines will look completely different than flying with JetBlue or Emirates. Take Spirit Airlines for instance. Please take them. Take them away. Anyway, take Spirit Airlines, for instance. Its cheapest economy seats only offer food and drinks at a fee and have no Wi-Fi and reclining seats. Additionally, only a small backpack or bag is included with the price of your ticket, and bringing a standard carry-on onto the economy cabin requires extra purchase. On the other hand, Emirates offers its economy passengers more perks and comfort. Regional cuisine to fit the theme of your trip, personal screens on each seat equipped with 6,500 channels to choose from. Holy crap. I've heard about Emirates and that Emirates is like a completely different flying experience. I'm sure you pay for it. But 6,500 channels, it's an air flight. Okay, sometimes we have too much to choose from, people. You also get free drinks, and the seats are massive. I do have a friend who has flown Emirates multiple times. I have seen the pictures that she has posted about her flights on Emirates, and yeah, dude, the accommodations on Emirates are unreal. And she was flying first class, so they were even more unreal. But I'm sure the economy class on Emirates is absolutely amazing. Emirates economy class even gives its passengers a generous amenity bag stuffed with toothpaste, a toothbrush, socks, and a bookmark, and a sleeping mask. Dude, Emirates must just be the way to go, man. That's why you should do a bit of digging into your airline's economy offerings to know exactly what you're signing up for. I'm going to have to look into this Emirates. I don't know if they fly out of Kansas City or what the deal is, but man, that sounds posh. Even for economy, right? Like you don't get all that on Southwest, I promise you. All right, so book the best seat for your preferences. Everyone has their own prep. This is why I don't like book as a travel agent. I don't like booking people's airfare. I'll do it, but it requires me to have you know, a lot of an in-depth conversation with you to know what you like. There are so many details about picking a flight that it's just not something that I quite honestly I don't like to do. But it doesn't mean I won't. Let's see here. Everyone has their own preferences when it comes to their ideal seat on a plane. According to one survey conducted by Upgrade Points, 66% of travelers rush to get a window seat. Not me. I like the aisle. While a little over 31%, that would be me, prefer sitting in the aisle. Unsurprisingly, a very low 1.7% of respondents actually enjoy sitting in the middle. Those are the weirdos. Yeah, those are the weirdos. Your preference will change depending on what you value most. Do you want an airplane seat with extra space, the ability to sleep more comfortably, or easy access to the bathroom? Yeah, I'll take the bathroom. Just give me that aisle seat. I need to stick my leg out in the aisle a little bit, sometimes to stretch it. I got, had surgery on my leg a long time ago when I was a kid, and sometimes that leg gets uncomfortable. So it's good to have that aisle so I can stretch that leg out if I need to. If you're taking an overnight flight and are determined to catch some Z's during your journey, you'll want to pick a window seat because it provides a comfortable place to sleep. You can even set up a travel pillow or head strap that attaches to the headrest for support. Alternatively, passengers who are very tall or might be visiting the bathroom frequently during the flight will likely be more comfortable in an aisle seat. The aisle seat is also the easiest one to stretch from, but more on that later. I'd almost think yeah, this article's really feeling me. It completely understands me. It's cool. Pack a light blanket, sleeping mask, and travel pillow in your carry-on bag, or fly Emirates and they'll just give it all to you. That too. Most economy cabins carry a few hundred people on average, and your seat is the one tiny portion of that whole airplane that is completely your own. Half the battle of an economy flight is figuring out how to make yourself cozy in such a compact space for an extended period. Packing just a few key items for your flight can make this abundantly easier. For example, a sleeping mask, travel pillow, and a light blanket can do wonders to help you turn your seat into your own little nook. No, it's never going to be a little nook for me. It's going to be an uncomfortable seat, and I will just deal with it, and then I'll get there and I'll be fine. But that's fine. While there are a lot of travel pillow options on the market, I like the one that wraps around your neck, right? Like the neck roll thing. Yeah, that's the one I like the best. One reviewer from the Washington Post found the TRTL travel pillow to be the best of them all. She loved it because it is extremely compact, doesn't attract too much attention, and provides her with enough support to actually fall asleep on a flight. All right, we got to look into this thing. Hold on real quick. Boop. Let's see. All right. I'm looking at this thing. How's this work? I'm not interested in it. Do it again. See her? There she goes. My goodness. That thing it kind of looks uncomfortable, but it kind of looks like it works. Aren't they cute? Interesting. I don't know. It's very much like the travel pillow I like, only it's got that big hard thing up on the side. I don't know if I like it or not. But according to the Washington Post, that one is the best of them all. My wife's got a big long pillow tube thing that she like wraps around her neck and twists it up and it's like a giant scarf, but it's like huge. It's like the big pillow of neck pillows. Bring a reusable water bottle. Fatigue, confusion, and extreme disorientation are just a few of the mind-boggling symptoms associated with dehydration. Becoming dehydrated can make your economy flight go from being a drag to legitimately dangerous. Most concerning of all is that it is way easier than normal to get dehydrated in airplane conditions. According to the Cleveland Clinic, plane cabins have a very dry environment that can cause dehydration to set in much faster. Okay, this is not a problem I have ever considered or experienced or known anybody who's experienced on an airplane. But continuing, the Aerospace Medical Association recommends that travelers drink 8 ounces of water for every single hour they're in the air to offset the dry environment and avoid dehydration. Bring along an empty reusable water bottle to make keeping up with this minimum water intake effortless. It will save you from annoying your flight attendants with a request for another tiny cup of water every 60 minutes. Yeah, usually I just try to get a beer while I'm flying. I'm not really worried too much about the dehydration. Maybe I'll consider that if I'm taking longer flights, but man, I'm usually only in the air for about 3 hours. It's like, do I really need a water bottle for 3 hours? It seems excessive. I'm just saying, it seems excessive. So, dress in comfortable, warm clothes and bring layers. Okay, this one, yeah, we're going to have to touch on this one because I only wear the super comfortable clothes when I go on. Let's read what Sky has to say here first. I'm pretty sure we're going to agree very much in this. Everyone wants to look good all the time, but dressing comfortably is abundantly more important when you're on an economy flight. There are a few things to consider while picking your outfit. First of all, plane cabins run pretty cold, and temperatures can regularly get down to 71 degrees Fahrenheit, which can feel a lot colder than it sounds if you don't have anything to cover up with. So you'll want to bring along a few layers to keep yourself toasty in that occasionally brisk environment. Additionally, you won't want to wear anything on a plane that's too constricting or made of irritating material at all. Even a pair of fitted jeans can feel unbearable after hours of wearing them in an economy seat. Many travelers opt for athletic leisure attire on their flights to solve this problem. As one Redditor explains, with athleisure trending, that's a dumb word, people. We do not need that word. Anyway, moving on. With athleisure trending, it's been easier these days to look more dressed up, but still be comfortable. Okay, I have a fantastic pair of sweats, but they're not like, all cotton sweats. They're kind of like those warm-up pants that basketball players wear right before a basketball game. They're like that, and they're lined so they have so they can be nice and warm if they need to be, but it's like lined with this really nice comfortable cotton lining, so it's very comfortable. And then I wear a nice little t-shirt, have to kind of and I always wear slide off shoes, either slide off shoes or I just wear flat slides. So I'm not a big pain in the ass in the airport or in the security lines. I don't need to be tying my shoes and all that stuff. That'll take forever. Have a safe, light sleeping aid on hand. If you do sleeping aids, then yeah, probably. I don't. So I won't have one on hand. But the easiest way to get through an economy flight comfortably is to be knocked out for the full duration. Drug them. That's the solution. Drug them. Products that help travelers fall asleep on planes are so in demand that they have become a full-blown industry. When all else fails, many people think that the best way to achieve a peaceful dream state is by taking sleeping medication. While this can be a very useful last resort on long economy flights, you should be cautious about taking sleeping pills on a plane. Prescribed sleeping pills such as Ambien aren't a great option for most people on flights because it could make them too out of it to behave safely. Speaking to The Points Guy, Dr. Nate Favini, medical lead at Forward, recommends melatonin instead, stating, quote, melatonin is a totally natural and safe supplement that is effective for sleep and jet lag, end quote. However, Dr. Favini also urges travelers to try over-the-counter products like these before getting on an economy flight. It's also wise to check the local regulations if you're traveling internationally because foreign regions have different rules about sleeping aids than the United States. Drug them. That'll always help. That'll always help. All right. I'm a dude, so this is definitely something that I'm never going to do. For the ladies out there, however, I mean, this seems like a good time that you could, work on your skin routine, right? So the recycled, extremely dry air that flows through an economy plane cabin can do serious damage to your skin. A plane's ecosystem basically leaches all the sweet moisture from your skin and leaves it feeling parched. That's why implementing a skincare routine is crucial when you're traveling by air. Plus, it provides the chance to pamper yourself a little in the economy section. One Redditor, I think they're called Redditors actually, but one Reddit user suggests heavily hydrating your skin with moisturizer before getting on a plane to protect it from the harsh conditions. Another frequent traveler on Reddit recommends using a sleep sheet mask on your face because they're designed to stop your skin from losing moisture at night. If that all feels a bit too intense for you, a simple facial mist can feel amazing on a plane, such as the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. There you go. I won't be doing that one with you, but I'm going to hold on to this. Put this little note in the back, just put it right back there, hold on for later, and recommend it to my wife. She travels, she travels for her company and for her work. So she travels even more than I do as a travel agent. So it'll be helpful to her. This I couldn't agree with more. I can't go anymore. Like I even go to the grocery store with my high quality noise canceling headphones. It lets people know that I don't want to talk to them if I'm in that mood. Now I always take them off when I go to the checkout line because I don't want to be rude to the guy who's checking out my groceries and stuff. And I like to, talk. But while I'm in the shopping mode and I'm moving through the store finding my stuff, I don't want to be bothered. So the headphones go on, a good jam or a good podcast, and I just mosey right on through the store. And it's even more important on an airplane. You can't listen to, they won't allow you to play any audio from your phone or your iPad or your laptop. You cannot play any audio out loud. You have to play it through headphones. That's pretty much the rule on every airline as far as I know. And therefore, if you're going to have headphones, you really want, especially on an airline, because there is like that white noise in the background of rushing, since you're hurtling through the air in an aluminum tube at multiple hundreds of miles an hour. Having that noise canceling really makes hearing whatever it is you're wanting to listen to, whether it's a movie or music or, a podcast or an audio book, any of those things, it makes it a much cleaner listening experience for you. There is one thing that will always be true when you fly economy. Hundreds of people will be packed like sardines around you at all times during the journey. Between the chatter, babies crying, people moving about the cabin, and the overwhelming hum of the plane's engine, noise is inevitable in an economy seat. However, you don't have to be a prisoner to all those sounds just because they're happening around you. You can save yourself the aggravation of listening to all the noise around you in the economy cabin by investing in a solid pair of noise canceling headphones. Since you'll likely have these headphones jammed against your ears for hours on end during your flight, make sure you choose ones that are comfortable. One expert from CNET recommends the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra earbuds as the top noise canceling travel headphones on the market. They explain that these are their favorites because they could be comfortably worn and have incredible noise cancellation capabilities. Plus, they are small enough to take anywhere. So, now myself, all right, these are the ones I like. These are my skull candies. They're Bluetooth and they go over the ears. I like the over the ears better than the earbuds. My wife likes the earbuds, so I got her earbuds, but I use these over the head ones. It's also nice that it lets me, people know I have them on. So they don't come up and try to talk to me. And then I look at them like, huh? No, instead they see that I have headphones on, so they know I can't hear them. Then when I see that they're trying to talk to me, I take them off and then they know I can hear them. So I prefer the over the ear headphones better for sure. As you can see, I even wear them here on the show. All right, back to the article. Back to the article. Download TV shows and podcasts onto your iPod or other device. iPad, iPod. We don't do iPods anymore, do we? Those went out of... How long ago was it that iPods disappeared? Anyway, whatever. One of the best ways to make the long hours of an economy flight pass by quickly is to be engrossed in a TV show, movie, or even a podcast. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can't do without it. While some planes are equipped with TV screens, this isn't always guaranteed if you're flying in an economy seat. If you're not prepared, you could end up staring at the back of a seat with absolutely no entertainment until landing, and that will make your trip miserable. Yes, it will. This can be even worse if you're flying with children. Yes, it can. That's why every economy passenger should take an iPad or another type of tablet that is stuffed to the brim with enough downloaded content for the whole flight. The next Netflix app allows users to download episodes and full-length movies to their device and play them while they're in the air. You can do the same thing with podcasts on Spotify to listen offline. Yeah, Spotify, YouTube, music. You can download, and then, you get the Audible app. Netflix is good. You can also download movies and shows on Amazon Prime, if that's your medium. I'm pretty sure like on Max, Disney Plus, Hulu, I'm pretty sure all of them have the option to download at least some of their programming so you can watch it offline while you're flying. I always forget to be doing this before the flight. Like I usually don't end up thinking about it until I'm sitting in the terminal and about 10 minutes before, it's time to board the plane. I'm like, oh crap, download as much stuff as I can. Do better than me. You can download that stuff days in advance, even weeks sometimes. It's crazy. It works all the time. Take along an e-reader packed with books to read. Isn't this just the same thing as this? It's like, okay, Sky. I just want you to know, this is what we call just filler. You already said this, but immersing yourself in the world of a book can completely distract you from being stuck on an economy flight. So why spend your whole flight waiting for it to end when you could be lost in Game of Thrones? The only problem is that books are chunky and heavy, which isn't very travel conducive. Luckily, we live in the age of technology, and this can be solved by grabbing an e-reader to help you read your way through every economy flight. Just one long book can be a struggle to carry on a plane, but with a device like a Kindle, you can hold up to 6,000 books right in your purse. With a Kindle specifically, you can even read samples of books in the store before committing to a purchase. It's a game changer if you're a reader on a flight. All right, now I have never heard of this before, but I am definitely wanting to learn more about this now, especially like for our trip coming up with a bunch of people. I'm definitely up for cocktails on the plane, especially if people from my trip are on the plane with us. So you can do all the preparations in the world, but sometimes all you need to get through an economy flight is a tasty handcrafted cocktail. A lot of truth to that. I got to admit a lot of truth to that. While sometimes airlines offer passengers cocktail menus, they are usually ridiculously expensive and subpar, watered down. Save yourself some cash. That's why I get the beer. It's in a can. You know you're getting, you're getting what you paid for. So save yourself some cash and disappointment by bringing along a carry-on cocktail kit and make your own libation right from the comfort of your economy seat. Just to be clear, you still have to purchase the liquor on your flight. Cocktail kits just come with the conveniently packaged mixer ingredients to make preparing the drink easy on the plane. The draw is that it can be much cheaper and better tasting than a plain-made cocktail. There are tons of affordable, delicious, and easily portable cocktail kits on Amazon. For example, the Cocktail Box Company makes kits for an old-fashioned, a margarita, gin and tonic, and more. They make up to 6 drinks and cost less than $25 each. All right. I'm going to have to talk to the wife. I think we're going to have to do this on one of our next flights. For sure. That sounds like a blast. Pack a little snack box to curb mid-flight hunger. What, you don't like the package of Teddy Grahams you get on Southwest? Sometimes you get snack mix, which includes Cheez-Its and pretzels and a few peanuts. Ooh, peanut. Economy passengers might get a little snack during a short flight, like pretzels and a drink. Travelers are also fed a meal during longer international journeys. Unfortunately, these offerings are rarely substantial or appetizing. This is true. In fact, Gordon Ramsay refuses to eat any airplane food. Apparently, no airplane food for Gordon Ramsay. He's a food snob. I understand why. Packing a snack box can help you ward off any cravings midair. These containers have multiple compartments to allow for easy storage of food items like nuts, dried fruit, or candy while traveling. One user on Reddit described their airplane snack box for their child in a post, and it was full of cookies, dehydrated yogurt bites, corn puffs, and veggie sticks. The options are endless, and having such a variety of snacks to choose from makes an economy flight a lot more bearable. I'm not bothering. I'm just not gonna. If my kid wants that, then they're going to have to make it themselves. He's 12, almost 13. So making him, make his own stuff is really not that big of a deal, but I'm not making it for him. Use a gel seat cushion to make your seat more comfortable, more bearable. I've never heard of a gel seat. Well, I mean, I know what a gel seat cushion is, but I didn't really think about it for an airplane before. Even in the more lavish economy cabins, the seats are never quite as comfortable as you'd like them to be. Feeling unsettled in your seat can really negate any other measures you take to feel comfortable in economy. One Redditor swears that they have the solution to this issue. Quote, I also got a gel seat cushion, which makes sitting for hours far more bearable, folds up and fits in my backpack, end quote. Get gel seat cushions. Gel seat cushions are something that most travelers would never consider bringing on a flight. Like I just said, I said that. But it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. While there are a lot of cushion options, one of the best for economy travel is the SoJoy iGel Comfort foldable gel seat cushion. It's portable and made of memory foam material to add a whole new layer of comfort to your economy flight. Let's see what this looks like. What do you look like? Share this tab. And interesting. Look at that. Folds up. Huh. I didn't even know. Very good. Very good. Looks very comfy. Looks very comfy. So there's that. I think this might be, no, 1, 2, 3. All right, 3 more. And I got to hurry because I've got the business roundtable coming up at the top of the hour. So let's see here. Learn some deep breathing exercises or download a meditation app. According to the Cleveland Clinic, approximately 25 million people in the United States experience a fear of flying. That means there is a fairly high chance that a case of nerves could hit you during your economy flight and make you extremely uncomfortable during moments of turbulence or general anxiety. Deep breathing techniques can make you feel better without ever leaving your seat, it's a simple way to soothe any plane anxiety. Woo, that was rough. Calm.com recommends that travelers try the 4-7-8 breathing technique to quell flying stress in a pinch. This method involves inhaling through the nose with the mouth shut for 4 seconds, followed by a breath hold of 7 seconds. Finally, you exhale it all out of your mouth for a full 8 seconds. It can be extraordinarily self-soothing, ugh, and it's not going to attract much attention from the rest of the passengers on your flight. Extremely anxious travelers may want to download a few meditation apps as well. Calm offers its own app with meditations and other types of sessions that users can download and listen to without any internet connection. Another popular meditation app called Headspace also allows you to download their content in advance to use when you need it, such as during an anxiety-inducing flight. You can also splurge for the Wi-Fi, but you need to make sure you check the airline's prices. While many people want to muscle through their flight without paying for Wi-Fi, this is one single amenity that can make an economy flight feel much more comfortable. All of a sudden, you go from being stuck in a vessel surrounded by strangers at 40,000 feet to enjoying your own little space, watching YouTube videos, or even being productive and getting some work done. When you splurge for Wi-Fi on a flight, the experience is much more like you're just hanging out for a few hours instead of counting down every second until it ends. Make sure you review your airline's Wi-Fi prices because every single one is different. For example, Southwest only costs $8 per device, and SkyMiles members can use Delta's Wi-Fi completely for free. However, airlines like Frontier, Hawaiian, and Allegiant don't have in-flight Wi-Fi on their aircraft for economy passengers at all. Standing up and stretching regularly throughout the flight. I guess this is going to have to be my last one, even though, it is the last one. Hey, perfect. We're going to get through this quick and get out of here on time. The pain of taking an economy flight can last for long after the trip ends if you just stay stagnant in your seat the whole time. If you aren't moving your body for hours during your flight, you're bound to arrive at your destination stiff and aching, especially the older you get. The closer I get to 50, the worse this gets. Economy passengers who feel refreshed and ready to take on the next leg of their trip are the ones who stretch throughout the flight. It's a good idea to stand up and get in the aisle to touch your toes or to loosen up your back on long flights. There are actually plenty of stretches you can do right from your seat as well. For the seated cat-cow, whatever the hell that is, you plant your feet on the ground with your hands on your knees and fold your body in close to around your back. Then you roll your spine in the opposite direction into an arch to look up at the ceiling. Oh, cat-cow is like the seated cat-cow is the name of the stretch. Okay, I guess. I never would have named it that. Another amazing seated stretch is the spinal twist, and it's pretty self-explanatory. This stretch involves simply grasping the armrest and turning your waist to give your lower back some movement. Neck and shoulder rolls can also help reduce any discomfort after falling asleep in awkward positions too. Any combination of these stretches will do you a great service on your next economy flight. There you go, folks. Some tips for your next round of flying, and the heads up about that amazing new Royal Caribbean ship. I've got my business roundtable coming up here in about 2.5 minutes, which means I have to jam off of here, but I will be right back on here with a live stream with I actually haven't checked my invites to see if anybody has accepted them. I think I'll have a few people joining me on the business roundtable. If they don't, I'll find something else to talk about and we'll just do this all over again. But my name's Eric Tiemann. This is Middays, Midlife in the Midwest, brought to you by Living Life in Style. You can reach me for any of your travel needs at 816-744-1405. I'm also on the web at www.livinlifeinstyle.com. That's LIVINLIFENSTYLE.com. You can also email me at eric@livinlifeinstyle.com. And like I said, would love to help you with any of your travel needs. If you would like to join us on a fantastic trip later, early this summer in June, we are going to be doing our signature one trip down the Mexican Riviera, out of Los Angeles on Navigator of the Seas with Royal Caribbean, and it would be great to have you join us. All right, I got to hop off here, guys. I got to get things set up for the next show, and just to kind of have a good little chat with some business people from around the area here in Kansas City. Once again, I'm Eric Tiemann. This is Middays, Midlife in the Midwest, brought to you by Living Life in Style.